Hello, this is a video about Crouton, a tool for displaying information about Narcotics Anonymous meetings over the web. Crouton is part of the bmlt toolbox, and it works only if you have your meeting information already stored in a bmlt server. If you want to set up a bmlt server, there are other resources available to support you. I'll provide some links in the description. Like all the components of bmlt, Crouton was developed by NA members in the spirit of service. Everything is free to use. We also have an active community of developers and users who try their best to support new users. Crouton has a lot of options and ways that its behavior can be customized, but many communities don't know about all the options that are available to them or get confused about how to use them. There is documentation. When you go to Crouton's configuration page, all the options and parameters are described, but I'm hoping these videos will provide a friendlier way to get to know Crouton. For this video, I'll be showing Crouton running under WordPress. This is still the most common way to run Crouton, and by far the most convenient. Crouton also runs under other web frameworks such as Wix. All the options I will show are available there too. It's just that in that case, you will have to configure the JavaScript yourself. If it's requested, I will upload a video on that subject too. Let me start this tour of Crouton by discussing its four main shortcodes. First, I'll show what I think is the most common of the Crouton shortcodes, bmlt_tabs. This shortcode generates a Crouton table display of the meetings in a service body. To place a Crouton display on a page in WordPress, you just use the page editor and add one of Crouton's shortcodes into the text. I'll be talking about these shortcodes in depth in an upcoming video. For now, I just want to show how easy it is to add Crouton to your web pages. And this is what will be generated from that shortcode. It's the main Crouton display in what I think is its most common form. A table with tabs for each day of the week, with each meeting taking up one row. In the first column is information about the day and time of the meeting. In the second, information about the location of the meeting. In the third column are some actions that can be performed. For instance, if it's an online meeting, there will be a link here for people to join the meeting. When I talk about columns, I'm of course talking about how things appear on a desktop. Most visitors to NA websites are on mobile devices, and Crouton is of course responsive. On mobile devices, the columns are stacked on top of each other. You'll notice there's a lot I can do with a Crouton table. In this case, I can switch between different ways to organize the meeting. If I click this button, the meetings will be organized by city. You see, each city has a heading, and we start off with the list of meetings visible. But I can also close the heading. It's sort of an accordion display. I can also filter the meetings. By using this dropdown, I can limit the meetings I see to only those that are in English. I can add another filter, for instance. The table now contains only women's meetings that are in English. I can click on the Meeting Info button to get a pop-up containing more detailed information about the meeting. Another way I can view the meetings is as a map. First, I'm going to clear out these filters. Filters affect both the table and the map. And when we get to Crouton options, we will see that visibility in the map can also be a filter on the table. You see here that if the map contains a bunch of meetings in the same area, we get this cluster icon. I can click on the cluster icon to focus on the meetings there. These little NA symbols show where meetings take place. The blue markers mean there's a meeting at that location. The red markers mean that there are multiple meetings. I can click on the markers to get more detailed information about the meetings there. Crouton calls this ability to click a button and switch between the table and map, having an embedded map. You can also choose to have the map always be visible above the table. Which of these options you choose depends on how important you think the map presentation is, and whether you think users will know to scroll down the page to find the table. Be aware that on mobile devices, the map may take up the whole screen, and unless users scroll down, they may not see the table at all. This brings me to the second of the main Crouton shortcodes, bmlt_maps. As you might guess from the name, this generates a Crouton display where the map is the dominant means for displaying meeting information. This has all the same functionality as we saw in the table-oriented view. It's just that much of the functionality is hidden behind this menu button, and you have to ask yourself, will visitors, the most important of whom are active addicts, know to click the menu button? As I'm giving the pluses and minuses of each sort of display, it's important to remember that you can have more than one Crouton on your website. For instance, here in Berlin, the homepage contains a Crouton map, but it also contains prominent links to pages with Crouton tables. We have one page with in-person meetings and another for virtual meetings. As an aside here, I want to note that virtual meetings don't have a location and therefore cannot appear on a map. They can appear either combined with in-person meetings in a table or on a separate table, but not on a map. What the two short codes I've talked about so far have in common is that they typically get all the meetings in some service body, and they do it when the page is initially loaded. This makes panning and scrolling in the map quite smooth. It makes it easy to ask questions like which cities in Germany have English language meetings. But as the number of meetings becomes large, it tends to get quite overwhelming for people who come to a website just looking for the next meeting. The remaining shortcodes address this by always limiting the search results to a geographic area. The first of these is Crouton Map. Here, I've set Crouton up to read the user's current location from the browser and return the nearest 50 or so meetings. The table is more or less the same as before, but you'll notice that the distance to the meeting is also calculated, and I can even sort by distance. I can change the location by doing another search. I can search by either entering the name of the location or by clicking on the map. As with the other shortcodes, in some cases having the map is more of a distraction than a help, but you still want to do a geographic search. That's where our final shortcode comes in. Crouton Tabs does a geographic search, but displays a table, not a map. So now I've shown you all 4 of Crouton's most important shortcodes. All the customizations that will be discussed in the subsequent videos will be modifying the behavior of these shortcodes. Let me end this video with a reminder that if you need help with Crouton or anything in the BMLT toolbox, please contact us either at help@bmlt.app or by posting in our Facebook group. Thanks for watching and have a great 24 hours.